Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Conal Rosario. The Goa Assembly elections will be held on February 14th, along with Punjab and Uttarakhand, the Election Commission of India announced. The counting of votes will take place on March 10th, and the Model Code of Conduct comes into effect immediately. The EC also made it clear that no road shows, padayatras, cycle or bike rallies and processions shall be allowed till the 15th of January in view of the COVID situation. The situation will be reviewed and fresh instructions to be issued later, the CEC said.
Uttar Pradesh second phase, Punjab in one phase, Uttarakhand in one phase, Goa in one phase. So Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand and Goa. In second phase, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Goa will be over. And here the issue of notification will be 21st January. Last date of nominations 28th January. Scrutiny of nominations 29th January. And last date of withdrawal of candidature 31st January. And date of poll 14th February, that is Monday. And the date of counting is 10th March 2022, that is Thursday. Last time 2017, the election was announced on 4th of January and the counting was on 11th, and here we are announcing on 8th. So we are squeezing the time as also and the faces also.
After announcing the election schedule, the Chief Election Commission of India has made it mandatory for political parties to upload on their website detailed information regarding pending criminal cases against their selected candidates. They will also have to give a reason for selection of such candidates with criminal antecedents.
Another important issue is the candidates with the criminal cases. Each and every voter has a right to know the background of the candidate. Among other measures to ensure ethical elections, emphasis is also given on mandatory publicity of criminal antecedents. Candidates with criminal antecedents are required to publish information in this regard in newspaper and through television channels on 3 occasions during the campaign period. Besides this, it is also mandatory for political parties to upload on their website at the home page detailed information regarding individuals with pending criminal cases who have been selected as candidates. Along with the reasons, the political party will have to give the reasons as to why this particular candidate has been selected and no candidate without any criminal antecedent was selected, and benevolity is not the criteria for the same. And the details will be published within 48 hours of the selection of the candidate and not prior to 2 weeks before the first date of filing of nomination as was done earlier. The details of such candidates will also be available on Know Your Candidate, that is the app developed by the ECI. Measures for ensuring peaceful and transparent polls. All critical events will be videographed to closely monitor the proceedings on the poll day without violating the secrecy of the voting process. The Commission has directed that arrangements for webcasting shall be done in critical polling stations and all polling stations in vulnerable areas, or at least in 50% of total polling stations, including auxiliary polling stations, whichever is higher. We have seen the preparations of the officers in this regard. The officers have been guided that absolutely on objective criteria, the critical stations and the vulnerable areas should be selected.
The Goa Congress election in charge, PC Chidambaram, shot back, why should Pratap Singh Rane not contest the elections when asked if Senior Rane would contest the 2022 Assembly elections. We have offered the seat to him and left it to his discretion. He has not decided. We respect his age and decisions, he added. Asked about the lifelong cabinet status bestowed on Rane, Chidambaram said Rane's contribution is Congress's contribution and he's glad at BJP's belated recognition.
I'm glad that the BJP government has recognized that the Congress's contributions to Goa, because Mr. Rane was Congress Chief Minister. So Mr. Rane's contributions to Goa are Congress's contributions to Goa. at least belatedly, they have recognized his contributions to Goa.
So, but is there a constitutional provision for such cabinet status lifelong?
I have no idea.
No, you have been union meetings. No,
Yes,
union meetings say
yes, propose you the second name instead of his name, Singh.
No, we have offered the seat to Mr. Pratap Singh Rane and we have left to his decision.
he has not yet responded.
No, he's not decided. He's not decided. We respect his age. We respect his decision. So there's no harm in waiting for him to take a decision. That seat has been a traditional Congress seat, and we will win that seat this time also. You're not asking any questions in Konkani.
The AICC's Goa observer, PC Chidambaram, says he has no official word on any alliance with the TMC, reacting to TMC's Goa in charge Mahua Moitra's tweet indicating that her party was open to an alliance with the Congress and Goa Forward Party. I read it in the newspapers. We will have to wait for the official word.
को हराना सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट काम है और टीएमसी बीजेपी को हराने के लिए कमिटेड है और उनको हराने के लिए जो करना होगा वो हम करने के लिए तैयार है। हमने पहले भी हमने ममता जी को भी उसमें मार्क किया था। परसों गोवा डेमोक्रेटिक फ्रंट ने एक ट्वीट किया था, उसमें उन्होंने कहा था कि बीजेपी को डिफीट करना है। तो उसी लाइन पे हम लोग भी कह रहे हैं कि हाँ, बीजेपी सबसे बड़ा एनिमी है। एनिमी हम अपने आप में नहीं है, एनिमी बीजेपी है, उनको हराना है और उनको हराने के लिए टीएमसी के लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना है। टीएमसी को जो आखिरी मील चलना है, जो लास्ट माइल वॉक करना हो, वो हमारा ईगो कुछ नहीं है। हमारा ईगो विल नॉट स्टैंड इन द वे ऑफ एनीबॉडी। वी आर ऑल कमिटेड टू गेटिंग द बीजेपी आउट और वो करने के लिए जो करना है हम करें।
क्या आपको लगता है कि कांग्रेस आपके साथ आए? बिकॉज कांग्रेस पहले से ही टीएमसी के ऊपर आरोप कर रही है कि बीजेपी की बी टीम है। कांग्रेस के कुछ लीडर आपके साथ आए हैं, बाद में इसके पहले गोवा फॉरवर्ड भी आपके टीएमसी को मिले। आपको क्या लगता है?
देखिए, ये चुनाव के टाइम पे ये सब होता ही रहता है। बंगाल में अगर हम बी टीम है तो फिर बंगाल में जैसे कांग्रेस, आईएसएफ और सीपीएम ने हमारे खिलाफ कैंडिडेट दिया था हर जगह में। हमारा जब बाई इलेक्शन हुआ, अभी अक्टूबर में जो बाई इलेक्शन हुआ 3 सीट्स में, वहां पे शांतिपुर मेरे इलाका में जो हुआ था, वहां पे भी कांग्रेस ने इलेक्शन दिया। तो ये बी टीम, सीए टीम, ये कुछ नहीं है। हम जो टीम है वो एंटी बीजेपी टीम है।
Unless I have an official word, how do I react to it? I mean, I've answered this question, I think, by my count 7 times so far.
So when you
Can we move on to some other question, please?
really last, just to add to it, when you said you are Congress is capable of defeating
Yes.
BJP, you said just now that.
Yes.
Then do you expect such type of pre-poll alliance with anybody?
See, I've answered that. We are capable of defeating the BJP. But if someone wants to offer support, why should I say no?
In what form?
Let us wait for the official word. That is the 8th time, I think.
Couple of hours after today, there will be election commission declaring the dates of how to look at.
When your second list will be out of candidates?
Well, I think a second list should be out by tomorrow.
Let's take a short break. Welcome back. Goa Congress election in charge PC Chidambaram has alleged that it was unbecoming of the Goa governor to give an appointment and not keep it. It was extremely disappointing, he said. How does he sneak away? We will take the charge sheet to the people and move from door to door to reach every voter, Chidambaram said. If the Congress comes to power, these charges will be investigated and the guilty brought to book, he warned.
The Congress drew up 21 charges against the BJP government which talk of environmental disaster, collapse of health infrastructure, disastrous financial status of Goa, widespread corruption and scams, and demanded an answer in 30 days.
The DYSP at the spot told us that the appointment is at 6 o'clock. So we said we are prepared to wait up to 6 o'clock, but allow us to go at 6 o'clock. And then we find at 5:15, the governor is whisked away. To where? I don't know. What was he running away from? He is a constitutional office holder, and he should conduct himself as befitting the constitutional office that he holds. But having given us an appointment at 5 or 6, we were there at 4:30, we were prepared to wait at 6. How does the governor slink away from the Raj Bhavan without receiving the memorandum? It is unbecoming of the governor to have given us an appointment and refused to honor that appointment. But we will go to the people. The governor is not the last word in deciding who's right and who's wrong. We took the charge sheet to the governor during the second wave of the COVID pandemic last year. The very disastrous financial state of Goa, with a debt almost 27,000 crore. All that the government can do is service that debt. There is simply no money for any kind of developmental activity. I was also equally shocked about the large number of scams in recruitment to government. The PCC president has exposed a couple of specific scams, yet the government is trying to brush it aside.
TMC leader Churchill Alamau has demanded that the Chief Minister immediately order the arrest of Bajrang Dal leader Jayesh Naik and those who went and threatened the collector and those that are disturbing the communal harmony at Sankwal. He said that this created hatred and divisions in Goa. We do not want Hindutva, we are united. India belongs to all according to the constitution.
It may be recalled that there was one protest organized by a small right-wing group at Sankwal objecting to holding of novenas and feasts at the old Sankwal church. It is learned that one group member who has been suspended from the health department lives behind the old Sankwal church on the Confraria property and is falsely claiming tenancy on the surrounding property.
कोण आमकां सांगपाक दुकरा मास गाय मास खावपाक बंद करपाक हो कोण आसा बाबूय हो इंदे बाबूय आज इतले बीफ एक्सपोर्ट जाता इंदी खबर आहा जेन्ना मुंगेले धरून म्हाका सांगता उमके खावपाक हिंदू बाळो धरून सांगता तेमकां उमके खावपाक मुसलमानांक धरून सांगता तेमकां उमके खावपाक जाल्यार खावपाचेर आनी धर्माचेर येवपाक आमगेलें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कितें सांगता तें म्हाका जाण जावपाक जाय आनी हांव सांगूंक सोदतां जेन्ना हो जायस म्हणटा तो वचोन कलेक्टरा तरी उल दिता चीफ मिनिस्टर ताका ताबडतोब भितोळयतो ताबडतोब इलेक्शनार भितोळयतो आनी जरी कोणाक भितोळयना जाल्यार तूं गोंयां आमचे मदें फूट घालता आज मदें फूट जातली गोंयां जेन्ना पिसफूल आहा ते पिसफूल व्हरपाचें ना ही जेन्ना एक आदल्याची ओपाय आहा आमचे गोंयां हिंदुत्व करपाक जायना वी डोंट हिंदुत्व इन ऑल ओवर इंडिया आमी सगळे एक वी आर अ ह्युमन बीन आमी सगळे एक हो गांव इंडियेचो सगळ्यालो जावं ते मुस्लीम जावं ते कॅथलीक जावं ते हिंदू भाव हिंदू भाव धरून त्या जाणाय मुगेल धरून हांव जाणा मुसलमानांक धरून तो जाणा एज पर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आमकां सांगता धर्माचेर तुमी येनाका.
On January 2nd, Father Rhodes, parish priest of Our Lady of Health Church, has filed a police complaint with Verna Police alleging assault by a mob of 30 people led by Jayesh Naik and for disturbing communal harmony. Meanwhile, Jayesh Naik has stated that he is not against Christianity, Jesus or Saint Joseph Vaz. We are not going to tolerate if illegal activities continue at the protected site. We will surely hold our religious ceremony at the same protected site, he said.
Several NSUI members who were marching towards the Chief Minister's official residence in Altin were detained by the Goa police on Saturday morning. They were on their way to meet Chief Minister Pramod Sawant to submit a memorandum demanding online examinations for third-year graduate students.
NSUI Goa Road memorandum on 28th ना भुरग्यांनी लेटरां बरयला दर एक स्टुडंटांनी ईमेल धाडला सीएमाक एकूच सीएम रिस्पॉन्ड करना आमची अपॉइंटमेंट आमचो दिना सीएम फ्रॉम लास्ट 2 years जेन्ना पेंडेमिक सुरू जाला तेन्नासून NSUI गोवान अपॉइंटमेंट मागला सीएमाचो सीएमान अजून पर्यंत अपॉइंटमेंट दिना कित्याक सीएम भियेता खबर ना स्टुडंट्साक ही इज ऑलवेज एंटी स्टुडंट केन्ना स्टुडंट्साक आयकपाक तयार ना how CM is arresting the students. How CM is not giving the appointment, CM students मेळपाक तयार ना. It democracy harmful. CM as a chief minister, as a head of chief minister, तेने स्टुडंटाक अपॉइंटमेंट दिवंक जाय कितें आहा तुमचें म्हणणें तें सांगूंक जाय बट सीएम इज नॉट रेडी टू डिस्कस द इशू सीएम इज नॉट रेडी टू हॅव अ डायलॉग विथ द स्टुडंट दिस इज अ शेमफुल एक्ट एक चीफ मिनिस्टर अशे स्टुडंट्साचे अत्याचार करता आमच्या स्टुडंट्साक थंयसून उखलता आमच्या स्टुडंट्साक अरेस्ट करता आतां वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू कीप क्वायट NSUI गोवा सतत रस्त्यार आसतले आयज अरेस्ट करता आमी फाल्यां परतून येतले जेन्ना पर्यंत इशू सुटावो जायना तेन्ना आमी सतत रस्त्यार येतले
Story by William Rodriguez for Herald TV.
The Aam Aadmi Party has put its weight behind postponement of examinations for third-year graduate students due to the third COVID wave. The party said that students are petrified as teachers and parents have contracted COVID, so the students' safety is a must, the Aam Aadmi Party said. If this is not done, then students will come out on the streets and protest.
Our students are in great danger. Recently, CM ने एक स्टेटमेंट सांगला की फर्स्ट इयर आणि सेकंड इयर स्टुडंट्सांक ऑनलायन एग्जाम्स आसतली आणि आमच्या थर्ड इयर स्टुडंट्सांक ऑफलायन एग्जाम्स करपाक सांगल्या विथ द रायज इन द कोविड केसेस एट प्रेझेंट इट इज अ बिग रिस्क फॉर ऑल आर स्टुडंट्स हू आर गोइंग टू बी अटेंडिंग दिस एग्जाम्स ऑफलाइन as well as the teachers and the staff who are going to be present in these colleges. We have already seen what happened last year during the 12th standard exams. That time the second wave had just started. And then all the students came down, they protested, they put themselves at risk and they got detained. And finally, CM had to agree and had the exams postponed. Are we looking out for the same thing to repeat? At present, right now, the third wave is hitting us. Everyone is falling sick. Zaite zan ata COVIDache third wave are sick zata. Right from the New Year's time. So is the CM going to take responsibility of the families that are going to be falling sick? The students are already petrified. They are already scared because a lot of their family members have got COVID in the house. Lot of their teachers have got COVID. Lot of their friends have got COVID in their colleges. Where are we headed right now? Are we ready to put these children at risk? So we demand as Aam Aadmi Party that these exams should be postponed till all these cases are in control.
Citizens are all for stricter enforcement of COVID checks at the border. At the same time, they opined that there should be ample precautions taken. Cases are rising and hence only those with double vaccination certificates should be allowed to come into Goa, the citizens opined.
आणि ह्या खातीर कितें जालें गव्हर्मेंटान एक मातसो तो कायदो मातसो बळकट करचो की जे हांगा आसा कितें म्हणटा पळय बॉर्डर आसा ते सामके तांकां येताना एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन करचें तांचे ते 2 वॅक्सिनाची सर्टिफिकेट आसा जाल्यार पळोवची.
आणि फाटले फाटी आमकां खबर आसा की ऑक्सिजन बाकीच्यो ज्यो म्हणजे तेंच्यांनी गव्हर्मेंट फाटल्या 2 जेन्ना हे जाल्ल्यो पळय आमच्यो कोविडाच्यो तेन्ना 3,000 प्लस लोक मेलो. होचं कारण हो सरकार हेंचे मॅनेजमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन सगळे तरेचे फेल असले हांकां पडलेलेच नासले म्हणजे हे फक्त सरकाराच्या रंगान असले तांकां लोकांचेच पडलेले ना. अजुनूय तीच केसीस आसा कारण ज्यो आयज इतल्यो केसी वाडपाचें कारण हे गव्हर्मेंटूच आसा. मेळटा थंय तेंच्यो मिटिंग्यो 100, 200, 1000, 500 लोक घेवन चालूच आसा कोविडाची स्प्रेड इतले जाल्ले आसतना.
लोकांक बंदिश करपाची खूब गरजेचें आसा आनी आमचे जाणा आसतलें की जे बरे तरणाटे जावं आमचे वांगडचे आमचे सोयरे सोदरे वळखीचे खूब जाण अशे तुमी आमचे लोकांक खबर आसा की भायर पडलेले आसा कोविडाचे प्रमाणे. सो हांव मागता गव्हर्मेंटा कडेन आनी लोकां कडेन आमचे गोंयकारां कडेन की तेमीन हे स्थिती धरपा जाय की आतां आपूण काळजी आपली जिवाची घेवपाची. रातचे जे भोंवता ते मातशें कमी करपा जाय. टुरिस्ट चड जाल्ले आसात. गव्हर्मेंटान हेजेर खात्री घेवपा जाय जे प्रमाणे लास्ट टायम जाला तशें करप न्हू. ऑक्सिजनाचो आतांच अरेंजमेंट करपा जाय.
The Kerala Blasters will look to re-enter the top 4, but they will face a resolute test against Hyderabad FC when the two sides clash in the 2021-22 Hero Indian Super League at the Tilak Maidan Stadium on Sunday. Kerala played out 2 draws in their last 2 encounters and are now in a 5th spot with 14 points from 9 games. A win on the morrow will take them to the top 4. But second place Hyderabad will want to keep snapping at the league leaders Mumbai City FC's heels and therefore they are expected to come hard at Kerala.
You have strong points, you have less strong points and we deal with that. And again, we are the team who is trying to find the correct balance during this season. It means trying not to concede goals. I think that we are in the top of the table by conceded goals. And also trying to compose and organize our playing style and actually scoring goals from the open game, from a football game. I think that we are the team who scored the most goals like that. And you know, you always want to find that balance between defensive and offensive organization. How to use the weak points of your opponents, how to make your strong points even stronger. And again, with that balance, try to compose a style that it fits your team, your identity, and everything you want to achieve during one season. Like, you know, this game, as soon as we score, we have to close or something. No, because we've seen so far, I think 50-something games have been played so far with 176 goals or something like that. It's like something unbelievable. And all the games so far, it has never happened that when somebody takes a lead, that it's like easy game till the end. So far, I didn't see that kind of game here in ISL. So when the game starts till the 95th minute, you have to struggle, you have to fight, you have to be concentrated and ready to win the duels, to stay organized, and try to win the game. Because we've seen so many games, many teams will struggle with all those mistakes, and then from a concentration perspective, many teams will have difficult moments, and I think we'll see more and more goals. That's my opinion. So anyway, many teams, they have to fight for a high table. We as a club, we are coming from far away. We are not focused in our head, and our story and our talk is not about, you know, fixing that. No, we are going game by game. We have our goal, we have our objective, concentrating on every possible game. And like I said, for us, every game is like a final. We have to fight. For us, there is no easy game. Not the one game for us is easy. So we have to fight in every game like it's a final game of the season.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thank you for watching the Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.